Hello, and welcome to Alchemy Mindset. I'm your host, Anna Hasty, business mindset coach for women and a sound healer. If you are ready to become the most aligned, magnetic, and confident businesswoman you are worthy and deserving of being, then this show is for you. This is where I share everything from mindset, energy, and spirituality, and how to embody your future self in business and life. Sprinkle that with deeply relaxing sound healings and meditations, and you have the Alchemy Mindset podcast. Hit subscribe so you always get the latest episode. Now let's begin. Hello, dear listener. Welcome to the Alchemy Mindset podcast. I am your host, Anna Hasty, and it's such a pleasure to have you here today, listening to this episode, which I'm not really sure how or when it came into my field as one to share with you, but I've had it bookmarked on my schedule for a while. I'm like, yep, today is the day we're just going to record this, get this out there, because for several reasons. Firstly, I feel like this is very valuable if you're in a current space right now where you're just falling out of love with your business. If you're really struggling right now to get through your day, do the work, feeling inspired, feeling like you've got the energy for it, you're dragging your feet, you're just feeling a little bit ho-hum about the work that you do. And also because we're at this time of year, at the time of recording this, it's August. We're sort of just moved through that midpoint of the year. We're fast approaching, I know, I hate that word saying fast, but we're literally 4 months away from the end of the year. And you may be feeling that heaviness or grind or dullness, that the year is just now in this place where it's just plodding along. I know we get to the end of the year and we're like, holy moly, where did our year go? But there's always a point where suddenly we're just like, oh, how much more of this have I got to go? That may be happening for you right now. Either way, I feel like this piece is a little bit more of an audit, a reflection piece, a chance for you just to pause and just answer some questions to yourself. Again, it's a little bit of self-coaching in a way, and just tuning into what's really happening in your world and why you may be feeling the way that you're feeling. Actually, I want to give you a bit of context. I'm currently finding that my best energy to get any work done right now is like in the very early hours of the morning before Ava has woken up. So I'm now getting up around 5 or 5:30. I'm doing some, exercise, meditation, EFT tapping, and then I'm finding that I've got enough energy and spark to get some work done, because I'm finding that later in like mid-morning or sort of lunchtime, my energy is fading right now. There's a very good reason for that. I'm going to share it with you in a little while, not just yet, but this is where I'm at right now. So I'm sitting on my yoga mat. I've plugged my mic into my phone, and I'm just going to actually just literally channel and riff on this topic for you. I haven't written any notes. Sometimes I have notes. So anyway, welcome to my 6:20 a.m. podcast for you. If you hear Ava in the background, she's just woken up. So anyway, let's dive straight into today's topic. So I can remember a time when I knew that I was starting to fall out of love with the work that I was doing when I was in my business creating Balanced Natural Therapies, my first ever business. And I knew the truth was that I was great at doing massage. I was great at running my business. I loved seeing my clients. I loved helping them. But somewhere else inside me, it just felt like it wasn't inspiring anymore. It didn't feel exciting. It didn't feel like this was what I was meant to be doing. I felt like I'd sort of not necessarily exhausted, but had achieved all that I wanted within my business, and that I was ready for a shift and a change. So this is the first thing I would like you to tune into and ask yourself, what elements of what you do in your business feel like it's a hard slog, feel like you're dragging your feet, or feel like it's not quite what gives you spark or joy anymore? Is it the actual day-to-day runnings of things in your business, or is it the actual thing that you do in your business? So we all have a thing that we do, which is why we're in business, which is the main crux of it. So it's serving clients, it's making sales, it's working with our clients and customers, whether you're a service or a product-based business, that is the thing, right? You could be selling candles or essential oil blends, or maybe you're like me and you're doing some sort of holistic therapy, healing therapy or coaching, or maybe you're like selling, paintings or sculptures or something like that. So is that in itself what you actually have as like what you sell and who you serve? Is that still inspiring you? Do you still enjoy that? Or are you done with that? Like, does that feel like I do this because I'm great at it and people love it, but I don't find this inspiring anymore? If that's like the key thing, then this is a moment where you need to go, all right, maybe it's time that I just take a little break. And a holiday is one of the things I'm going to say here. It's like a checklist, really. Do you need a break? Do you need a bit of time out? Have you given yourself like that self-care time that's a holiday? Not just like my self-care routine I do daily or weekly, but do I need a holiday? Do I need to step out of this so I can see a bigger picture, right? Because maybe something within what you're doing is not really giving you that spark or joy anymore, and it's time to take a step back and really review to find out, okay, what is it that I feel like I'm ready to move into now? And that was the thing for me when I was in this place within my massage therapy business. I was like, I'm great at what I do. I really do enjoy helping my clients, but I'm done with massage. Like, I just don't feel energized by it. I don't feel inspired by it. I don't want to learn any more techniques. I don't want to do any more PD. I don't want to do this. And the truth is, when we go into business for ourselves, we do it because we have a passion, we have a love, we have something that we want to create and bring into the world, and we want to feel energized and inspired by it. We didn't go into business to go through another drag your feet 9-to-5 type situation. And it's okay. It's okay to get to this moment where you're like, yeah, this was cool, but I'm not feeling it anymore. So if you're in that situation, here's one of the checklist things. What is it that's not inspiring you anymore? Is there something within what you do that needs to be changed? Is there something within you that you want to be doing, but you're not doing? So why aren't you doing it, right? Or why aren't you taking steps to get there? And do you need to take some time out just to stop, reflect, and look into what you're doing from a different perspective? This is where maybe chatting to a business friend, chatting to a business coach, chatting to someone who's external to what you do so they can help maybe give you a different perspective, or like an outside of you, or help you refine or tune in. Journaling can also be a great thing to do, just writing about what you love about what you do, but what you're not enjoying what you're doing. And then asking yourself, is running a business still in alignment with what you feel is right for you? Because there could be a time and a moment where you're like, I actually am not enjoying being in business anymore. I want to get back into the workforce and use my knowledge and talents towards something else now, or go back to doing something that I did previously. Like, that is completely fine as well. Years ago, I came across someone who said, yeah, every 10 years I change. Like, I might run a new business. I might close a business. I might go back into the workforce. I might blah, 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 blah. And I was like, that's so interesting. Like, they just felt that they loved having that change every few years. And it's something that, inspired them, gave them joy, excited them. I feel like sometimes we're still in this cycle of, you do this, you choose this, you're in this for life. And changing is not customary, it's not normal, it's something that's a bit radical. But the truth is, if you go into business for yourself, you're doing it for a reason. You're doing it for a passion. You're doing it for, time freedom, time with loved ones, creating your own space, your own structures, your own boundaries, your own, like, doing things your way, wanting to work for yourself and achieve something, leave a legacy. There's a multitude of reasons why we do go into business. But if there's a point where you're like, you know what, I'm kind of done with this, it doesn't feel exciting anymore, then that's a time when you need to go, all right, what needs to shift and change? Holidays are great. As I said, checklist. Do you need to just take a break? Do you just need to take like a little sabbatical? Do you need to just step out and look at things from a different perspective? What's happening there? Now, that's all really great to sort of stop and have a reflect. I want to also mention something about energy and your embodiment here as well, and your mindset. We're going to go through those little processes as well. But how do you fall back in love with your business, right? Well, we'll get to that. Don't worry. This is just reviewing so you can identify what's going on. Your energy is also important. So let's do a quick checklist on this. How are you feeling energetically? Are you feeling like you need like a Reiki healing or some energy shifts? Are you getting out in nature and grounding yourself, like really walking around barefoot in the grass, the dirt, the sand, seeing blue sky, getting the sun on your skin, feeling the wind around you? Are you getting outside and getting fresh air? Are you just sitting in the grass, sitting on a rock, sitting by a stream, looking at water, going for a bushwalk, doing something that takes you out of toxicity of being surrounded by modern technology? So, we've got Wi-Fi through our houses, turn that off every now and again. You don't need that on at night. Like, what are you doing? Unless you're uploading something and you need connection or downloading, forget it. Like, turn it off. Turn off your lights and just try and go to bed with the natural rhythm of the sun and sun rising and sun setting, that kind of thing. Are you drinking enough water? Are you eating healthily enough? Are you drinking too much caffeine, too much alcohol? Do you need to do a little health detox in there as well? Energetically, where are you? Do you feel like something isn't right within you? Do you feel like you need a little energy cleanse, an energy shift? What does that look like for you? Are you connecting to your spirit and your intuition within this energy piece, this energy pillar? So that might look like connecting to your heart, doing some mindful meditation, journaling, doing your favorite techniques for guiding in, tuning in, receiving a sound bath, any of those things. Are you taking care of yourself in that spiritual aspect? Are you tuning in or are you ignoring messages? Are you following your heart, really tuning into what feels right, feels grounded, what feels true, or are you just circulating with shit through your head? Right? Just getting caught up with these conversations. Your mindset, I'm going to ask you, is what's your beliefs right now around business? Are you tuning in and hearing and adopting anybody else's beliefs and thoughts around business? And what are you saying? Like when people say, oh, how's work going? Are you like, oh yeah, great, amazing, loving it at the moment? Or you're like, oh my God, and you're, going through a bit of a whinge list, which is fine. We're allowed to have a bitch and whinge about work, right? But is it things that you're saying, which are technically like affirmations that are embedding into your subconscious mind that, business is hard or you're not enjoying it or something to that effect? And your embodiment is, how are you feeling right now being in business for yourself? How are you seeing yourself, visualizing yourself? What are you doing within your business that's in alignment with that future vision, that future version of yourself that you're calling in and living and experiencing right now, embodying that identity of yourself? Is that still the connection? Or when you tune in, when you're doing your meditations under your energy and spirituality pillar, are you tuning in and seeing yourself in a different way, in a different light? And what you're doing in business, is that in connection to that version of yourself? So is the version of yourself now still the same or slightly different? Has she evolved? How have you evolved? How have you shifted and changed in this time running your business? What is different now? So this is where I would really look at all that aspect of like who you are and what you want and how you want to live your life. And does that still feel in alignment with running a business? Now, I have to go back to the other point. So how does this all tie in with falling back in love with your business again? My point in this whole entire episode is that you may just need A bit of time out and a break. B, you may just need some time to it might be time for you to just do an audit and assessment as to who you are, what's going on, looking at all those aspects of yourself, going through that little checklist that I've been talking through of what you do and don't enjoy within your business. Is it time to pivot? Is it time to change? Or is it time to just close the doors and call it a day because you're done? And that's fine. There is no failure within that. It's just, this isn't in alignment with me anymore and I'm not enjoying it and I just want to close and look to do something else. You can't force yourself to love something. I mean, we all know you can't force somebody to love you and you can't be forced to love someone else. So you can't be forced to be in love with your business. You can't be forced to love the work that you do unless you deeply, wholeheartedly, genuinely do. So to fall back in love with your business, you need to take a moment to go through all those things that I've just been talking about, to really tune in and go, all right, what is happening for me right now? What am I loving? What am I not loving? Like, I honestly can't force you to love your business. I can only give you guidance and suggestions as to how you can identify what is actually happening in your business so that you can go, well, actually, I do really love what I do. Like, I do love it, but maybe this is the avenue that needs tweaking. Maybe this needs shifting. And maybe this is one other point I want to make here. Maybe there's something you are doing in your business that you're just like not enjoying, and that can be actually outsourced and given to someone else to do. Maybe it's time to bring someone in. Maybe it's time to review some of those projects that you've been wanting to bring to light and you haven't. What's happening there? Are they still in alignment? Are your goals still in alignment? Or have things really shifted and changed? So these are all steps and ways as to how you can sort of reveal and take the veil back and see where your true love is for your business and where it is within your business and how you feel about yourself within the work that you do. Because we all shift and change. We all evolve over time through working for ourselves, working for other people, education, meeting people, having experiences. As human beings, we evolve. We're never the same. Like, we're not the same as we were when we were born. God, no, because we've grown, we've aged, we've moved through the years and we've developed and grown. We've had experiences. Like, your childhood experiences are different to your teen experiences, and your teen experiences can potentially be different to your adult experiences, and your adult experiences are different to all those child and teenage experiences, and those adult experiences have also helped change and develop you over time. We're constantly evolving, developing and growing, and our business also has to move and grow and develop and evolve all on its own accord as well. Is there a mismatch? Is it still connected? Do things need to change? And that's the way you can slowly fall back in love with your business. My other point here would be, if you are still enjoying what you're doing, but you're just feeling a little bit meh, look into your energy, look into your embodiment of who you are, but sit down and actually write down all the things that you love doing within your business. What are all the things that you absolutely love? Because when we're feeling in that moment of like, oh, why am I doing this? I hate this. Or, I just don't think I can do this today. We're more focused in that energy and that heaviness rather than going, okay, I'm just going to try and shift this and see, what is it that I love about what I do? What is it that I absolutely love about what I do? And look at it from that perspective, from that lens. Journal it out, write it out, talk it out, dance it out, however you want to do it. Write or talk to yourself all the things that you love about being in your business. What brings you joy? What brings you excitement? What really fulfills you? And look for it within there. Because another side note here, I feel like when we identify what we love, it also helps us to identify what may need to be shifted or changed or the direction we're going in. But also it helps us to have that expression of gratitude and thankfulness for all that we have achieved, and just helps us identify where we're going. Absolutely. So I feel like that's all I needed to say on this topic for now. I do feel like when you sit down and you talk to somebody, it does help bring perspective in as well. And just know that if you're in this point, then it's okay. It's okay to be like, I think I'm done with this chapter. I'm not enjoying this anymore. Or it's okay to say, look, I think I'm just in a dead space right now and I just need a little break and shift and change. Maybe this is the time where I do need to step forwards and change what I'm doing and bring that fresh energy in because I'm ready to do that new thing. Because that's what happened to me. I knew that I loved massage. I was great at it. I loved working with my clients. I loved helping people, but I didn't want to do the massage anymore. It just didn't give me that spark or joy, as I said. I knew in that moment that something had to change and something new was coming through. And that's when sound baths came through. And then that was when the mindset coaching came through. And it was me following that intuitive guidance and that intuitive messaging and understanding that's led me to where I am. Because I could have kept on doing massage, but I think I would have hated it more and more and more and more and more. And I probably would have left it on a sour note. And just knowing that if you're continuously doing something that you don't enjoy, you're still dragging yourself down into a lower energy and vibration. And it's just not that beautiful ripple out effect that needs to be, that helps inspire, helps bring light, helps bring joy to others as well. I hope that all made sense. It was a bit of a riff rather than a structured conversation today. Quite enjoyed just sitting here on my bolster, on my yoga mat, looking out this window at the beautiful scenery. And let me know if you're currently in a place where you need just a little bit of a moment to have a chat, have a reflect, have somebody from the outside look inwards alongside you. Know that I'm here. I can help you with that. I don't have to convince you. I certainly wouldn't, force you into doing anything you didn't want to do, but I can just be there as that sounding board, that guidance. Sometimes you just need that time to have a chat with somebody who doesn't really know what you do, but hears and tunes into what you're experiencing, and then just helps give you some guidance and support. You can join me in a 90-minute session. Let's do this. We can have a chat. We can get you either falling back in love with your business or shifting and changing into what will bring you that joy and that love for what you do. Have a fabulous day. Thank you so much for listening. I have some really awesome podcast interviews coming up in the next little while. So yeah, look, honestly, I'm just going to say stay tuned to this whole entire podcast show. There's some awesome stuff coming up that's in the pipeline. I'm so excited to bring that to you. You're just going to love it. And yeah, I look forward to chatting to you in the next episode. Have a fabulous day. Sending you so much love. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to today's episode. Please rate and review this podcast so that it can continue to thrive and reach more listeners. I love to know who my listeners are, so please screenshot this episode and tag me on Instagram at Anna F. Hasty. And I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode.